strong victory on Hainan Resort as well. But then again, you've seen him and you've seen him play on in the. How did they perform against Exodus?
They won Hainan Resort pretty convincingly the other night on that particular map. But I mean, the thing though is that I feel like personally the European teams are better on their rotations
Yes.
than what we're seeing from the South American teams. I just think that they have. I think that the North and South American teams know that they should go for the rotations, but I think that the European teams do it faster and cleaner. And
Hmm.
that is one of the reasons why I think Hainan Resort is going to be a better map for them. Because on this particular map right here, it's very easy to get bottled up into that B flag. But you can go for the gimme flags. You can go for A and C very easily and just hold those for your 2-cap burn, right? You don't even have to have B to have a successful burn on this particular map. So we could potentially be seeing that coming out. And when you do get in that situation, right, where you're controlling C and A, and then the team rotates to try and take maybe C flag to get it back, well then that's fine. You just have your guys that are dying on C spawn at A and then push up towards that Bravo flag, and it's this constant like push pull rotation that's going to be going down, and it's really hard for a lot of teams to stop that once it gets into that momentum. The helicopters, of course, are going to be extremely important on this map as well. We're going to be seeing the little birds really proving their worth. Who is going to be able to come out on top in terms of those fights. And then once we do have a winner who's going to be able to rule those skies, they will be able to basically drop off anywhere on the map, kind of like what we were talking about on Paracel Storm, where
Absolutely. Yeah.
you can reinforce everywhere because you're so fast on those drops. And that's going to be, for both of those C and A flags, you're going to be able to hit those very easily. And you're also going to be able to zone out. You don't even have to roam the map with the little bird. If you stay back behind Bravo and you're able to hold B and let's just say you're on the Chinese team. So you're able to hold B and C. If you stay back behind Bravo with that little bird, you can basically just pick off any boats or anything like that that's trying to go for a back rage and just sit there all day long, which I have seen. And it's very successful. And then whenever the little bird does pop up, you can come in, go for the kill, set back down again. And then, of course, your LAV can also play very passive. He can either sit right behind that Bravo flag, right on the beaches, and that's for both sides of the map, to where he's basically just preventing any kind of infantry play from trying to go around for a back rage, maybe a rib boat or so, going down into the canals. Sometimes you can see them playing up on the top right-hand side of the map, right there on that little ridge. Just to get maybe some shots down onto that those gimme flags, or maybe even going for a cap themselves. But yeah, this is going to be. I think this is going to be NaFu's map as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I mean, I don't want to completely throw uRaN out of the question and be like they don't stand a chance against NaFu. I want to see them to really pull out all the stops and really focus and try and put up a fight against NaFu. But I mean, with 15 seconds, we will soon see if they will manage to do something and give us some plays and show us why they are, well, the best in the Americas right now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see if they do perform better on this map. More infantry gameplay will be going down. And let's see how the breakouts start here. We do have the helicopters, of course. They're going to be making it all the way to Bravo objective as soon as possible. And 2 boats going to Charlie and the LAV. A little bit of an awkward start here. NaFu throwing 2 boats there. And now we have a big, excuse me, infantry push here onto Bravo objective with Dirty on the point. But it is a 2v4 situation. But I think they're going to go for a little bit of a sneakier push here and not focus so much on Bravo. And maybe put a little bit more pressure on Alpha. I don't see anyone going yet, but there it is. A couple more bodies coming in from NaFu. And so far, no confrontations between the 2 teams inside Bravo here, as I'm watching a doozy waiting for the uRaN player to try and peek out above. But how the helicopter battle is going on for Verx landing a couple of shots. I could imagine it could be quite difficult without the high ping to land shots and connect with each other. But I think he'll manage to survive with a quick repair of his Z11.
Yeah, he's been able to shoo him away pretty easily there. The rib boat's not really being able to do much damage on either side, it looked like. But really going to be interesting to see how the infantry battle is going to be shaping up onto Bravo. Like I said, where uRaN is going to shine, if they will shine, is going to be in the infantry fights. And right now, a doozy is going to be able to outshine JD. Beautiful job right there with the G18 as he does eventually get cleaned up. And I think that that's going to be a full wipe happening there onto that Bravo site. So yeah, we are going to be having that B flag switching on over towards the NaFu side of things. And Santa getting a little bit aggressive here with the LAV.
Yeah, no, Bravo is pretty hard to give assistance to the infantry because most of the gameplay is happening inside and you don't have a clear line of sight to do. You can do a little bit if you coordinate it and have the infantry flash out and push them into a certain corner. We can get a little bit of splash damage, but Santa trying to tow that little bird, put a little bit of pressure on Foyworks, but no cigar there as Bravo's in firm hands. And to be honest, NaFu haven't really set up a rotation to try and push in onto Alpha objective. They just are going to go for a 2-flag hold and just work with the bleed as it seems right now. But Kala picking up a kill there onto a doozy as uRaN turning up a little bit of a heat here with a 5-man squad turning up on Bravo.
Yeah, I definitely like the way that Potato Tomato is playing this particular map. I like the fact that he's putting the LAV up onto that top ridge there to the northeastern side of the map, and he's going to be able to, you know, provide that cover for his teammates on that side of B flag, as well as get some shots in onto Santa. And I believe Santa just got picked up there, so that's going to be no armor there for uRaN. They did get the flag back in their favor, but still a lot of infantry are going to be here for NaFu in order to contest this.
Yeah, but we do have Kibbs going up to Alpha objective. He has one uRaN player right behind him. I think he realizes it, tries to get in, gets the headshot onto Santa, takes him out, and can continue on his way to Alpha. But I think there's a boat spawning in for uRaN, and they're going to be trying to do a push onto Charlie objective, but there will be a boat confrontation. Maestrus is already ready, switching to that gunner seat of the boat, and it's a 1v1 boat situation, and Maestrus gets the kill. And also we'll give a little bit of assistance to Kibbs here, as he is pretty well set up here in the top stairs, with a grenade landing just at his feet, but he's able to get into some cover and take out
nice.
Junior as well. Great play from Kibbs. Good player indeed. And a nice addition to the NaFu lineup for this season. Oh, but unfortunately the small will end his little streak there.
Yeah, Rockets usually do that, so he does end up going down. He does have Masters, though, able to come back in onto that Alpha side. So we do have some spawns that are going to be coming in. Once again, oh, get this small. Please get this small, Masters. Ah, he misses as he whips on it. It's because I was watching him. I never watch the cool small shots, right? But he does end up getting that cap for his teammates. So we are going to be seeing that double gimme setup that I was talking about before. And this is where it really gets dangerous for an infantry team, right? So the LAV as well as the Little Bird are going to be able to pick off all of these players that are trying to walk out from B to either go for Charlie or for Alpha. There's just no cover for them whatsoever.
Yeah, and it is not a great situation. I mean, Bravo is a great flag to hold if you have easy access and have the support of your vehicles to get onto it. But Kibbs trying to go for a knife there, but is denied by Neo Small onto John. And
do you know what happened over here towards the south right there? Why were there's two uRaN players floating way out in the water?
No, what happened?
I have no clue. That's what I was wondering. I was like, what did they take out there? In order to just have to swim all the way back. Would have probably been better if they just suicided, but that's going to be wasting quite a bit of time just trying to make their way back into the game. But we are going to be seeing that Little Bird doing more and more damage here to Thunder in the the Santa. That's going to be in the LAV. And yeah, still going to be holding strong with this double gimme. And now you're going to see the late change coming in for NaFu. Still some presence over onto Bravo as well. So they're continuously harassing all of the flags or the B flag and not letting uRaN really any break whatsoever to push anywhere else on the map.
Yeah, and Santa's completely pinned down here with that excellent roof positioning. There's 4 infantry here, all engineers just ready. And this is like the coordination you expect from NaFu. They're going to be ready, and they're always going to be taking the appropriate kit for whatever flag which they're supposed to be taking. And they're very well organized, and you know this from last time, that you know, there isn't really an in-game lead. Of course, there's some experience from Dirty, who is kind of giving a couple of pointers, but everyone is running to their own positions and making a lot of decisions themselves. But yeah, Alpha is starting to clear up a little bit Santa has a couple of infantry there on the hill trying to distract him, but I think uRaN are throwing quite a few assets, making this a very expensive flag to take, and they have only 3 players here just trying to defend this Bravo point. Let's see Maestrus here, who will be pushing in to try and confront a couple of uRaN players, but doesn't manage to find anyone yet.
And take a look at where the respawns are happening at right now, False. So they're dying on Alpha and they're respawning back over by B. So they're basically just saying, all right, you're going to be expending so many players over here on Alpha, that leaves B open for a recap, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're spawning back in, pushing them out of Bravo. They'll still end up with the 2 cap, and they're going to be able to continue this burn.
It was some sneaky swimmy about the 2 uRaN players just swimming out there. It could have been some miscommunication. Or, I don't know, maybe 4eVerx locked onto them with the laser guided and they bailed.
Maybe they just had to work on the breaststroke for a while, you know?
Yeah. Give me 20 laps. But 4eVerx taking out the helicopter there with the assistance of Potato Tomato. He does pick up that frag there. The helicopter's down again. Let's look at the scoreboard.
This could be a 3 cap.
Yeah, it seems to be so. Those spawns are going to be very far away from Alpha objective. Santa and his squad mate are looking to come in and help. Kala landing a couple of shots, but it's denied by Neo's P90. And a doozy being right into the face there with Ace 23. It's just not looking good for uRaN here, as very calm composure, very calm game style actually coming out from NaFu right now. They know they got this. Alpha's going to get capped, but there is only one sneaky swimmer here. It's Papa Black. I don't think he's been spotted yet by the little bird. And he's trying to get onto this Bravo point to give his team a chance to spawn.
Oh, he's been spotted there. I think he's been spotted. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, sneaky swimmy, do it, Papa Black. He's surviving though.
How does that little bird knows he's there, right?
Yeah, I think he's just cat and mouse.
Okay, as about to say, I was like, how is he not dead yet? But that's going to be a 3 cap coming in here, guys, as we are going to be seeing 58 tickets to 163, and it's looking basically like round number 1, or I'm sorry, map number 1, with a massive advantage coming in, and that little bird is going to go ahead and look for those boats that are going to be flying out there. We'll be able to take him down. Big spawns though coming into the backside of B, and I think that the little bird here for the NaFu side of things is going to be very happy with all of these fresh kills that should be coming his way.
Fresher than a 15-minute meal from Jamie Oliver.
Well, he's only 5-0, so you know he's probably very irritated at that fact, and he wants to get at least a 20 bomb. I mean, come on.
Come on. He hasn't picked up any more kills yet. 5-0. Potato Tomato though going 15-0. And poor uRaN Gaming, all of them not even breaking. Only one of them, Kala, top fragger, as you said, getting 10 and 12, but it wasn't enough. Bravo did get taken back, but it's not enough time for do a rotation onto that Charlie side, as Potato Tomato is being super aggressive. He is disabled though. He's going to lose his perfect score and get taken out by an RPG from Kala, but it doesn't matter. Everyone is giving up their KD as Kala gets the RPG onto 4eVerx in that helicopter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They know they've won. I mean, they cannot power burn C fast enough in order to make this happen, and that's going to be it. So 160 tickets to 0. They're not even going to be spawning in, of course, just to save as many tickets as possible. And yeah, that's a pretty dominant play that we just saw there, which is pretty much, I think, what both you and I were going to be saying was going to happen on this map.
Yeah.
And the only real like possibility there for uRaN was if they were able to get control of that Bravo site and then maybe win out on one of the helicopter battles, and that just wasn't the case.
Yeah, I mean, 4eVerx played it smart, played defensively, didn't get too greedy. You saw him, even though they had like an all cap, he did not push forward. He was making sure that there was going to be no one who, if someone managed to get through that first line of defense, he would be able to pick up the kill there. And I think just an overall calm and cool composure from NaFu, making sure they keep good control of the map. And uRaN unfortunately weren't able to do so well. And I think they did lose a lot of 1v1 situations there. And I think just NaFu do have the stronger lineup and the stronger players right here in this final.
They were winning out on the infantry battle there in Bravo. The only time that they lost B was when they tried to come back towards Alpha to take it back. Remember, they had a double gimme there. So when they had to try and either reinforce A or go cap C, they chose to come back and reinforce A. Well, when that happened, then basically what you had from NaFu was like, okay, there's a bunch of people now coming over here to the Alpha flag. We'll respawn once we die on the backside of Bravo, push that, and cap the flag. And that's exactly what happened. So, I mean, as long as they were staying in the building and, you know, they had that infantry battle going, they were fine with that flag. But they don't have what it takes right now to take out C and A. The air was just too powerful. Now maybe if we see like that first initial Little Bird battle, if it goes into the favor of uRaN here in this next battle, then maybe it's going to be a little bit different. But I mean, the skies were controlled the entire time. The ground was controlled by the LAV. You saw that really good positioning coming in there from Potato Tomato up there on that northeastern side of the map. And he was able to get those very long-range shots in onto that B side, as well as picking out onto Santa. So every time Santa tried to roll around on the backside to get away from the helicopter and the rockets coming in from B, he was going to be met with an LAV shooting him with the tow missiles and regular cannons. So there's really nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, and Hainan generally is quite a very well balanced map, but I think China team with that Charlie gimme flag right there up to the next to the base with so many buildings and stuff, it can just take one infantry to keep the armor from progressing forwards to give a little bit more assistance in the middle flags. So what we will see definitely is someone like Dirty or a Doozy pushing into Charlie objective and just holding it by themselves and really causing and forcing uRaN to not be so aggressive and continue to clean up this Charlie objective. But they are off, and look how fast NaFu are already dropping off all their players. 3 infantry on the point versus 3, and that Bravo will be a power burn. We do have the helicopter battle going on right now. Let's have a look through Thunder's eyes. Already picking up a lot of damage, getting locked on as well. It's not going to look good for him. I think he's going to have to get into cover here. And Foyerwerks is just going to stay passive and just use this building to his advantage as cover and let him come if he needs to come. And yeah, but NaFu are losing a couple of fights here, but Newsy picks up the refrag there for John. And Aduzi gets another one after getting revived. No, I'm sorry. Just staying alive, actually. 4-0, everyone. Clean sheet so far for NaFu's side. And Potato Tomato though actually is being quite aggressive now, making sure Santa doesn't have the opportunity to push up onto Bravo objective. And look at the two. There's the 2 players. It is Neo and Dirty did get taken out though, but Potato Tomato is going to avenge his team leader's death there and flank Santa from behind. It's not looking good for him as they do a little bit of ring around the Rosie. And a stinger actually from uRaN, not looking good at all. Picks up that frag there on Papa Black. There's panic repair from Santa, and that is the vehicle down. The helicopter is down as well, and now it's just going to be an absolute massacre here on Charlie objective.
Yeah, right now, you know, all the Little Bird has to do is just hold off on all of these boats that are going to be leaving out on spawn, and he's going to be able to do that very, very easily, preventing anybody from even getting past the wrecked ship. So basically, yeah, this is going to be another all cap to come in, and once again, it was only 160 tickets that they needed to take him down, and that's quickly approaching here in just a few moments, as it's down 219 tickets to 251. One ticket actually has been lost here for NaFu. Not sure if these two guys are going to be spawning back in just for the heck of it,
yes,
or what, but they, I mean, they are dominating everything right now, and it's really coming down, in my opinion, it's coming down to the vehicles. The vehicles are just so damn good right now for NaFu. They're coordinated well with each other. They know when to push. They know when to help out each other. And it's like you said, it's not even that they have to have a shot being called. It's just that they know that they've been playing with each other for so long that they know when they need to go in there and help out the other guy.
Yeah, Foyerwerks just having a good old time here as if he's playing a regular pub match. Well, just missing a couple of small shots trying to be potlucked onto him, but Little Mark is rushing in the Jeep towards Alpha Objective in a blind panic, leaving his Jeep as it gets locked on by Foyerwerks, who's coming in, gonna pick up that kill as well. Oh man, not good at all. Santa is up, but it's gonna be too late. 169 tickets, 7 tickets remaining now for uRaN to try and win this, but it's no chance. The lethal ticket bleed, and I believe it is GG right now. So congratulations to NaFu to get this. Foyerwerks just doing a YOLO dive there at the very last second. So there we have it, GG for the 2 teams.
Yeah, pretty dominant run right there, I would have to say, for NaFu. No surprise whatsoever. Like I said, it would be interesting to see. Obviously, the European teams of old, back in the early days of Battlefield 4, were a lot different as well. But it would be interesting to see back in that time when we actually had some pretty dominant teams in North and South America that were still playing like Simthic, the old uRaN, old Noobs in War, those guys, even Mercenarios at times, and see how they would stack up against the teams back then, especially because we were still going strong with like 10v10s, so it'd be kind of interesting to see maybe if we bump down to 8s how that would be panning out. But this is what we got here for the very end of Battlefield 4, and we are going to be having Battlefield 1 coming up fairly soon, hopefully as soon as we get servers out, which have yet to be announced, so hopefully that's going to be, you know, sometime this year. I hope. I mean, may not, but hey, I hope that we get them at least sometime this year. But if not, then I guess we'll have a very, very late cup starting over. But yeah, I think Battlefield 4, although it was very frustrating at the very beginning, Falls, people are going to be missing it. I know there are times that I'm going to definitely be missing it. I had some really, really fun casts within this game, especially with Squad Obliteration. That was a very fun mode. I definitely enjoyed that one. And then, of course, a plethora of 10v10 matches that we've had that came down just to the wire. Some amazing shots from people, and just Battlefield moments that you've gotten from a lot of those places. So I am going to be missing it. That is for sure. And we'll see if Battlefield 1 is going to be able to fill that void or not.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a solemn note with this cast, actually. I mean, I came in quite late into Battlefield 4 in the competitive scene as a let alone as a player and let alone as a caster, and I have to say it has been an honor. It's been absolutely amazing experience to have this opportunity to cast and see these great plays unfold in front of us, to meet all these great people who are putting a lot of their own time into providing entertainment to spectators and for those who are interested in competitive. And it's been a really great ride, and I really hope that it's not going to be the end. And because this is a really cool hobby, and I hope that we can continue doing what we do here, and because it truly is interesting to see. Yeah, the competitive edge to Battlefield, because it adds a whole new dimension to a casual game which is out there. It is popular, maybe not as popular as it could be, but you know, there is a competitive community and people who really care about the game.
Well, I think that there's always going to be a competitive scene for the game. I mean, there always has for every Battlefield that's been out there. But I think it's going to change. I don't think it's going to look the same as what it has in the past. And people, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to have the old players that are playing now, just like in every transition that we've had in every Battlefield game. You have the old players that are used to that style of the game, and they end up going away. And then when the new game comes out, we end up getting fresh blood coming into it, and then they end up filling those spots. So I think that's probably what we're going to be seeing for Battlefield 1, is just a kind of a change of the guard coming in for the new game. Of course, we're going to have some guys that are going to be still transitioning over to Battlefield 1. But, you know, it does kind of pain me to not see Small Conquest coming back in and us really having to struggle with some of these other modes in order to try and hopefully make them work. I know that a lot of you guys are going to be cringing at this one, but you know, potentially we might be testing out Rush to see how that pans out, because the maps are going to be a little bit smaller, and maybe a little bit less that we have to actually tweak and ban in order to make those work for competitive. But it's going to be a very interesting couple of months coming up for the new Battlefield game. That is for sure.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a process. I mean, it took how many seasons of BCL to develop a rule set which made the game a level playing field and showed individual players' skill and not just relying on one particular weapon. I mean, the exception's got to be the G18, but okay, we'll let that slide. But overall, it was yeah, a lot of hard work from admins and players testing the game and giving feedback, and it works if we all work together to create a game mode which we can all appreciate and enjoy playing. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap things up here. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting us here at Auzom GG. Be sure to follow BreadFX on his Twitter. He has his fingers on the pulse for the competitive scene. Competitive scene in the Americas. and is very knowledgeable in a couple of news which is coming out. So be sure to follow him. He knows his stuff. And if you want to, you can also give me a follow on Twitter. And yeah, so congrats to NaFu and good job from uRaN. And also to 3rd place for Raven, but 4th place as well to Exodus. GG to everyone who competed in this season, in this first ever international competition organized by BCL. Thank you to all the admins at BCL and all the producers at Auzom for giving us these tools to make spectating in Battlefield 4 a little bit more easier for you guys to watch, and to all the players who made it happen and for signing up. So yeah, from all of us here, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time in Battlefield 1 with hopefully a mode which makes sense and we can all enjoy. So take care. Good night.